That was amazing how I found these, by the way. So, Susie, I saw some shit on the channel, and it looked like that exactly, which was shit, about people. So, breakdown of my past here. I want to do that real quick. I came in and was given, like, I was gaslighted in many ways. Eric be like, oh, Nick, you're so great. You're so great. You helped me, my mentor, stuff like that. Nick, you're fucking a monster. Oh, you're terrible. You need to go away. Nick's terrible. He's cancer. Nick, you're all right. Nick comes in and does that dominant thing where we just butt heads, and he's always trying to correct me. Well, there was that thing, and the reason I kept joining, because I like this place, and I like winning too. And winning to me meant full autonomy in here and being able to make a place that was fun. Having my influence on the funness here. Now, what I found out is I ought not be trusted with such responsibility. I just admit that. I did. You know why? Because ENTPs in group dynamics like this, where you're already able to detach certain things really easily because it's on the website and it's just a group place, and very real things can manifest itself in this, obviously, like my future wife. But when I saw, so basically I care what happens in here, although I ought not be running anything for sure. Because this is a place where I come on here because I have to be so serious in real life and in business and stuff. I don't have to be in here. And so I kind of go to the other extreme. And I work well when things are in a chaotic state. And y'all know that I bring drama to the table when I come in, usually in the past. But that's not love. But what I want to set the record straight with, and what I really emphatically was advocating this video on this, with Susie to do a video on this, because I wanted to put my words on this, what happened, where she was being called, things were being said where she was booting people unnecessarily, or blankies were being booted, and that she didn't even come up with the words blanky. Why is she saying we're blanky? And blah, 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 blah. Well, I will say this, is that this place is important because people do spend a lot of time in here. We have learned a lot about ourselves in here. We have learned about other people. We have found a place where people connect with us in very, we find people that think like us. And it's very easy for, especially intuitives, to feel this like, what the fuck? Why is anybody seeing this stuff? And so it's become kind of a, like, not only a social dynamic, but a place where what might look like insanity actually brings sanity for people that are often associated with such types of insanity. And what while all that does mean a lot to me, it struck me how easy it was okay for Susie to get such great power so quickly. It was insane. I don't know why I trust her so much, but it's partly because it's how her mind works. She's like she does care about people for sure. And the people that are fortunate enough to have experienced that don't have to like look for others to validate such things. But she's also fair within a framework that I really like and admire. And she does make this place feel safe. And she does also, when she's booting people, you can bet there's like, how many people have I asked you to boot to make room for me?
A few.
A lot. Are there any blankies, Susanna? I'll Facebook message her. Are they blankies? Let me in here. Hey, you should totally come join my room with Susanna and I while I finish making this video.
What?
I'm making a video with Susanna real quick.
Oh, about what?
About how awesome she is. You want to come join?
Oh, you're in the... You don't want to talk about... Okay.
I do. I'm just straight middle recording.
Oh, okay. Do you want me to come in or not?
Yeah, if you want to.
Oh.
In my host Nick room.
What is it in?
Host Nick, appear.in, /
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll be in. I was like crying, so I'm going to go like look at my face real quick and then I'll be in.
You look beautiful.
Thank you.
You do.
I'm glad you're not mad at me. I thought you'd be mad at me for hanging up.
No.
All right. I'll be in there in like 2 minutes.
Okay. I hung up on her. That's what I get. I'm not mad at you because now I get a free hang up too. Whatever. But no, seriously. If there is people that do not say, if you're on a blank screen and you have not said who you are, and somebody who has been spent months in here associating, like making their identity known, partly constructing it in here, but also bringing who they are in here and making it visible for everybody to see, and having the balls to do so, because it is frightening. It's uploaded to YouTube. And if you are hiding yourself and having a problem with Susanna booting one of those people to make room for, fuck you. First of all.
Yeah, and I do give them a chance to identify themselves before they do anything.
Yeah. And also, one thing that I do want to mention that's very important is that what I've become amazed by and just still having a hard time reconciling is how bad seemingly fully capable people fail at understanding others at times during pivotal, important moments. You'll have people that are in. I've noticed this with ex-NFJs, ENFJs, INFJs. ENTPs are really, really easily swayed also. I think I got lucky just because of environment, but ENTPs, once they have enough, if an ENTP is in a room full of paranoid ex-NFJs, they're going to adapt the same, they're going to go with the story. But what Susanna is really good at is looking at someone's values consistently and seeing if they're trying to do good or bad. And she's also been, I'm not going to speak on her past, but those who have been lucky enough to get close enough to her, she's been through a lot and she does feel deeply. She's just really strong because she's had to be. So she's quite empathetic, and she does look at kind of somebody's deep down nature, I think, in a way that other people kind of don't. They'll flippantly say that people attribute some really dark characteristics to others kind of flippantly without actually knowing what that involves, nor what it means, like manipulation or self-interest or abusiveness or sadism. You know, people you talk about trolls, and what trolls want to do, like in the sense that I think of a troll, like a really bad troll. The troll wants to cause harm to others in an internet environment where they can somehow feel better about themselves and their own harm that they're dealing with internally by making other people feel pain rather than them. And there's been a lot of people, myself being one of them, that have been pointing the finger at as that guy's up to no good, that guy's doing bad things, that guy's evil. And, you know, obviously my potential bias in this is evident. I'm making that so, but it's still my personal opinion that everyone that I've seen that has done it in here, nearly, including myself, is particularly bad at identifying who those people really are. And Susanna, to me, is really good at that. And she really cares about people who don't contain such people. And she likes new people coming in here, just like I do. And if you feel like she's done something fucked up, I guarantee you, all you have to do is tell her, Facebook message her, and she'll hash it out with you. Never been unreasonable. And she's who I confide a lot of like personal stuff. I confide a lot in Susanna. And I don't trust people like that well. Like I'm open about a lot of stuff. People are like, oh gosh, squeamish. Nick's so open about this stuff. I'm really not. There's just a lot of people think there's things that people feel like are big stuff that really aren't. But I can tell you this, that Susie, you're awesome. I love you. Haters, y'all just haven't I don't even think, like, I understand, to circle back to the beginning, I understand why it can be off-putting when she's, I mean, Susie, you're a strong woman. You don't show fear or anything when somebody comes in on the internet chat room, which is silly anyway. And you do boot people who need to be booted. And occasionally, and you do gauge, you will boot people also based on bad conversation.
What do you mean by that?
I mean, if somebody's saying, you've booted like known people in here before, like Courtney, or when I'm referring to the particular, I know somebody's gonna say, well, what about she booted Lightbulb? Well, you're one of the people that spend some of the most time in here, and you have an accurate gauge.
But the thing with Lightbulb, she was referring to a boot months ago, where I didn't even have audio. I couldn't hear if she was speaking. I just saw a blankie, and I kicked it. That's true. And the other time,
well, and any time I've ever seen you,
I did ask her to identify herself, but the funny thing is, it wasn't even I who booted her. It was someone else.
And then the only other time I could think of was with Courtney.
Yeah, but she was going.
And that's because you were fully aware that it was wanted by everybody. I'm sure you were like, how has nobody booted her yet?
Yeah, but that wasn't my decision. That shouldn't be attributed to me.
Well, then there isn't anything. Those are the only two things I thought of, and then those were proper reasons right there.
I haven't done shit to anyone, really.
I know. And the thing is you act a lot out of like keeping the room a pleasant place.
Yes.
And you do a hell of a good job at it. Because normally I'd be so fighty against somebody like you doing those things. I would totally be like, who's this new person that has all this power, more power than me for sure, and like everybody got their YouTube privileges booted but you, Taylor. I was like, what the man, I didn't even ask for these, but then I was like, okay, it's Susie and Taylor. It makes sense. And I'm actually just glad that like Eric sees it the same way. But that's because you don't use your power you don't exercise your power just because you can. And I don't know. I don't even know what I'm talking about other than you're awesome. And I can't believe this was ever brought up as a point of contention. And anybody who has a problem with Susie, I'm super loud.
Yeah, well, some people might argue that I abused power when I kicked her when she pissed me off. That doesn't usually happen. I think it's the first time I've ever kicked anyone for pissing me off. She was just so wrong in her wrongness.
Well, the difference is you see an ENTP with you see an ENTP that ENTPs move people left and right. And And Jewel thinks you're awesome too, and she's good at such. When she doesn't like somebody, which it does take a lot, I'm like, yeah.
Who are we talking about? Huh?
Susie.
Oh, okay, yeah. But you mentioned not liking somebody, so I was like,
I'm not bringing you into drama. No, that's a no-no. She wanted to comment on the video though.
I did. I told Nick I did not like it at all.
Why?
I just felt like it was. I felt like she came in with an agenda and she wasn't willing to listen to anything you had to say. And then I also felt like she wasn't fully understanding the situation, you know? And so I felt bad that you were like kind of having to be subjected to her negativity in that way, I guess.
Yeah, like all these changes, it happened 3 months ago. Time to get over it.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, X and FJs are weird. They will, you trust them, they make so much sense, and then they get paranoid, and they're really good at making other people paranoid just by osmosis.
Well, I just didn't understand too, because then it was like in the comments I wasn't understanding in the sense that I felt like people were saying stuff who wouldn't even have an issue. Like it never would have come up as actually being an issue. It was almost like they were just doing it just to do it. Like I didn't understand. It wasn't like anyone had ever said anything before. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Well, I feel like the same people that commented on the videos are the same people that I would have never told about Joel and I because I didn't care to hear their response.
Yeah, that's true.
But I was almost afraid to hear your response, Susie, because I really wanted to be a good one and not hashed out the great way to frame it yet. And you popped in my room and you were like, "No." I'm like, "Oh, I can't. Yeah, you could be here." You were so awesome about it.
Yeah, why shouldn't I be?
Right? And that's the thing, is like, you listen to people before you pass judgment. You develop, you get the evidence, and you get what's going on, and you're trying to be objective as possible, and that's what this place needs.
One would think that more people on there have that ability.
ENTPs have the ability, but we like to play too much, and we play devil's advocate too much at the wrong times. And, you know, in this type of context, in an internet chat room, I think we all behave fairly well from what we could do or want to do. But we're still not people that can be trusted with fully, you know, we're full of crap a lot of times. We say nonsense. But you can say nonsense after our nonsense, but actually condemn the nonsense while actually having fun, and then really be objective, and that's what I appreciate. And so, ain't nobody be hating on that. And that's.
What was your reaction to it, Susie?
I was pissed.
Yeah, I would have been too.
I couldn't get any points across, so it was kind of really annoying.
Yeah.
And what I want to ask you, Susie, is what you get from talking with famous people.
I get to hang out with cool people who know a lot of stuff about all kinds of things.
Yeah. That's true.
So, what I often say to Taylor, I'm here for the weird, because there are some very unique people who come around this place.
Susie didn't like me at first, Jewel.
Oh
I
no.
didn't.
What was it that rubbed you the wrong way?
He was very loud, and I didn't understand him at all.
I think Nick, you find it takes people a while to you grow on people over time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I can do the first encounters. I can do first impressions if I really put a lot of effort into it. Like I can make them good. But the best relationships I've had are the ones that start off like way different than they turn out being.
Yeah.
Because I think it's partly because I don't know why, but I try and I say what goes on. And a lot of times that's just nonsense. And maybe people see a little bit of themselves in that eventually, like, or they understand that if I do care. Another thing, people think that I'm like inauthentic or something, but it's so not true. If I could be like, oftentimes I wish I could be a sociopath or something, because caring is a big burden.
And I think that's what it is. I think people realize you do care, and that's when they start to like you. Maybe. I think.
What did it for you, Susie?
Yeah.
What did it for you?
Well, the first times I saw you, you just came in the room making a lot of noise, talking some random shit. I didn't know what the fuck you were on about. I was like, what is this guy? What the fuck is this? Oh
Do you
my
remember?
God.
Do you remember what I was talking about or anything, or was it just really that?
You weren't quite sober either.
Oh, yeah, that's probably true.
Just a lot of noise. I didn't
Ah.
get you at all.
So it took a couple times for me to be serious a little bit. Then you're like, okay, he's all right.
Most people are.
Yeah. I find that with the room, just in general, like, you get first impressions of people right away. There's been people that I've kind of been iffy about right away, and then I find out I do like them, later on too.
Yeah.
Well, and this place has changed my life.
Like one of the things is that after I discovered typology, I just kind of dropped straight into the room. Day one. I didn't know anything. I didn't know shit. So it has been a large part of the process of understanding how different people actually are. I was so unaware. And the conversation we have are so different from just everyday small talk with people who are different, but you don't realize how different they really are.
And yet still the same.
Exactly. Just from a different perspective.
And I think that's one thing that I've been really fortunate enough to experience in my life is I try and have that same type of communication style, and I try and get to that point, that place where I'm trying to do that. And it really changes your perspective and your presence in a place where people aren't necessarily familiar with that. It's a big, unless you let your hair down and be a little bit ridiculous. Come in saying a bunch of nonsense. Was this a good video, Susie?
Oh, you're recording this?
Yes. Well, he did say so on the phone.
Yeah, I got in here and then I wasn't even thinking about it. Did I say anything stupid? I don't know.
No,
oh well,
you didn't.
if I did.
You were helping.
You're the smartest ISFJ ever.
I don't know.
What happened? Are we still recording?
Yes.
Oh.
You haven't done any ending.
The end.